husband's house and went to meet the older woman. As she ran, she cried, and she cried bitterly. When she got to the door of the woman, she banged, and she couldn't control her feelings, and she began to shout, "Da!" In a village not too far away, a woman by name Nkechi got married at 11 to a 22-year-old hunter in her community. Nkechi was still a growing girl as at that time, and this was in the period where older women took very good care of younger girls in marriage. At 11 years, Nkechi was living with her husband, but she was yet to see her menstrual flow. In her community, a married girl who has not seen her menstrual flow for the first time will not have intimacy with the husband until the menstrual flow starts. In her community, it is believed that it is a taboo for a man to have intimacy with his wife that has not seen her menstrual flow for the first time. Nkechi, not knowing what it entails to see menstrual flow, was being tutored by an older woman. Nkechi, being a virgin, never knew or understood what it entails to be a wife, let alone being a mother. This older woman taught her all there is to know. So she lived happily with the husband, notwithstanding that there was no intimacy between the two of them. 4 years down the line, a fateful day came at exactly 5 a.m. in the morning. Nkechi ran out of her husband's house and went to meet the older woman. As she ran, she cried, and she cried bitterly. When she got to the door of the woman, she banged, and she couldn't control her feelings, and she began to shout, "Da! Da! I am lost. Da! Come out. The worst has happened. Da! I'm finished." Da hurriedly opened her door because she was awake at that time. She came out. "Nkechi, why are you crying? I hope all is well," Da asked. Nkechi, on hearing this, threw herself on the ground and began to roll left, right, up and down, and she was lamenting as she rolled. "Oh, why did my mother die when I needed her most? Life is not fair at all. Look at me, an orphan without siblings." Dad got confused, and she stood shocked, not knowing what actually prompted this action. And Dad asked her, "If I could remember, your mom died long ago. What has caused this morning in kitchen? You've not got any siblings, but you've got your husband, and you have got me. Nkechi, where is your husband?" Da asked, and she responded, "He is sleeping." Da asked again, "Does he know you are here crying?" She said no. As she was rolling on the ground crying, Da noticed something unusual, and immediately Da shouted, "Get up, Nkechi, get up." In that loud voice, Nkechi held herself, paused for a moment, and she stopped at once. And Da said, "There is a stain on your clothes. Stand up and let's go in." As she came into the house, Dad boiled hot water, made her take her bath, and brought out a clean piece of her wrapper, had them cut into pieces, and she showed her how to pat herself properly. Nkechi, this is what I have been telling you about. You are now a full-grown woman. If your husband engages in an intimacy with you, you will bear a child in 9 months' time. With a smile on Nkechi's face, Dan now said to her, "Go back to your husband because he might be searching for you. And don't forget all I have been telling you." Nkechi said, "I remember all. Thank you, Dad." And she left. 7 days after, Dad visited Nkechi and the husband. And she made Nkechi's husband to know the latest development. In their village, according to their culture, it is the duty of the older woman coaching the younger woman to make such announcements to the husband of such a younger woman. Nkechi's husband, on hearing this, was excited. His joy knew no bound. So that night, Nkechi's husband engaged in an intimacy relationship with the wife he has married 4 years back. That intimacy resulted to pregnancy. And as her morning sickness started, the older woman never left her alone. She continued to tutor her on every side. Eventually, Nkechi put to bed, and she also gave birth to 8 more children. 2 died during infancy, and she was left with 7 children. 2 are boys, and 5 are girls. So weeks turned to months, months turned to years, and these children were growing. Nkechi has a beautiful girl who is her 3rd child. This girl was astounding in everything. She is beautiful, even more beautiful than her 4 sisters. She is loved by all, and she named her OLAEDO. OLAEDO became the most talked about young girl in the village. She is known for being respectful. She is known for being kind-hearted. She is known for hardworking, always helping her mother and her father in chores and in their farm. She's also very intelligent when it has to do with her education. OLAEDO was done with secondary school, and the parents were unable to see her through university education. So a day came that a distant relative by name Mma visited them in the village. And when OLAEDO came to greet her, as she inquired from her, she found out that she has finished her secondary school education but yet to get admission. Her WAEC result is astounding, but there was no money to further her education. Mma now told the parents of OLAEDO that she will take OLAEDO with her as she leaves for the city, and that she will see her through her university education. On hearing this, OLAEDO's parents were excited. They were happy, and they thanked her so much. So she left. After some hours she has spent with the family. So in the night, Nkechi called OLAEDO, her daughter, and she inquired from her, "You have heard what your auntie said. OLAEDO, what would you say concerning this?" OLAEDO responded, "Mama, so far she would see me through my university education. I will go with her." In the morning, the father also called OLAEDO, and he asked her the same question. OLAEDO gave the same response. So a message was put across to Mma, telling her that OLAEDO is ready to go with her. Arrangements were made, and on the appointed day, Mma came and she took OLAEDO along with her. As they were going, Nkechi reminded OLAEDO of everything she has told her, how she should be humble, respectful, and never look different from what she is known for in the village. OLAEDO nodded her head in affirmation to what her mother said. And the father turned to Mma and said, "Mma, I am handing over my daughter to you this day. Please, Mma, take care of her like she is your daughter." And Mma said, "OLAEDO is my daughter, though not my biological daughter, but she is my daughter, and I will treat her as one." They now left for the city, Abuja, because Mma resides in Abuja. Immediately they got to Abuja, the first welcome OLAEDO received got her shocked. OLAEDO got shocked because of the welcome her auntie gave to her. Mma lived in a duplex, and immediately they entered the sitting room. She told OLAEDO that staircase is where you will be sleeping for now. OLAEDO said, "Yes, auntie." The next day, at exactly 4 a.m., Mma came and was beating OLAEDO. "Wake up, wake up, wake up." Immediately OLAEDO woke up. Mma said, "Get a broom from the kitchen, get a mop from the bathroom, start sweeping and cleaning the whole house." OLAEDO woke up at once and started sweeping. As she was still on this, Mma went up and brought heaps of clothes and handed them over to OLAEDO and told her that she gives her only 2 minutes to be done with all the chores around and within the house. OLAEDO is a very hard-working child, but the loads of work from Mma overwhelmed her. But notwithstanding, she put in her best. From Monday to Sunday, OLAEDO is busy working. Most days she eats once a day, and some days she ate nothing the whole day. Mma beats her up over a little mistake, over a little provocation. OLAEDO has spent 6 months in Mma's house, and it was time to obtain JAB form. OLAEDO went to her auntie to remind her that it is time for JAB form. Mma replied, OLAEDO, OLAEDO, so if you were told that I would spend my hard-earned money on your education, you will agree. OLAEDO stood in shock. Auntie, I don't understand. Auntie, please, have I done anything to you? Have I in any way offended you? Rather than listen to her, she commanded her to get out of her sight. OLAEDO left her sight in shock, praying that she was dreaming. But alas, this was not anyhow a dream.